The number one reason why men are sexless today, the number one reason, and I don't care what nobody tell me. I'm talking about my experience and coaching dudes and all of this shit. I don't care what they can't nobody tell me different. It's pornography, and it's not just pornography, but it's the ease of access to instant gratification. An instant nut. When you feel that itch, you can instantly get you a nut. In the matter of, it's like literally anywhere. Literally anywhere. Do you know how hard it was to get porn back in the days before the internet? Do you know how hard it was? Dudes used to like have to call a hotline or get a magazine or go to the store, the porno store, which is shameful. Like, you know, you got to go in a porno store, buying porn and shit. Like, that's how you had to get porn back in the days, on a tape and shit. And if you wasn't 18, so if you was a teenager, just imagine how hard it was to get pornography. Right? As a teenager, you had to either your parents either had to have it, or you had to go to your uncle, not your uncle, maybe your uncle house, or your friend's parents had it, and then when they go on, y'all sneak and watch it, or whatever the case may be. But it wasn't like for the young guys who are young. Just imagine you 13 and you horny and it ain't no porn. Like you see what I'm saying? You gotta force yourself to get up and go outside and go talk to a bitch, go talk to a woman. Like you develop ways to kind of scratch your itch. You see what I'm saying? It was extremely, extremely difficult to get it back then, especially if you wasn't 18. And then it wasn't just this constant barrage of new content all of the time, new and fresh and home, all of these different genres and all of these different, it wasn't like that. You go to the porno store, they got a few sections, you buy that, you spend $60 on that, and then it's the same shit over and over and over and over again. You can't, especially before DVDs. It was when it was tapes. You got to fast forward, and it wasn't like how it is now. You could just stop right now if you want to get to you want to start a video over, you can just slide the thing back and start the video over. Back then, you had to press rewind and wait 40 fucking minutes for it to get all the way back to the beginning of the fucking video. It was just much. The access to it just wasn't there. And I believe that forced us to go handle our business as far as, not saying that masturbation didn't exist. I'm not saying that dudes tricking didn't exist. I'm not saying strip clubs didn't exist. Before OnlyFans, dudes used to call up to the hotlines and the chicks would have phone sex with the chicks. So go to the porno stores, the pornography stores had these little rooms in the back where you can jack off and all this old shit. Trick with massage parlors and all type of shit. That always existed. But for most people who wasn't tricks or on no creep shit like that, we had to get up and learn how to scratch our itch, and which was going to have relationships with women. We just had to do it. Whereas now, you don't have to do that. It's making you lazy. Right? It's making you lazy. You get the instant gratification. But the bad thing with that is that it fucks with your psyche. I don't know nobody that watched porno and feel good after watching it. I'm not above it. I've watched porn too. I beat my shit to porn too. And I can't remember the last time, but I have too, and I ain't never felt good. The only time it didn't feel shameful was when I was locked up in prison, and even then we didn't have videos and all that. We used to have to read erotic novels, or somebody may have pictures and stuff. And this is just a sidebar. I ain't telling you to beat your meat and go off and no fap and all that, but I'm telling you, erotic novels are way better than visual. What's the name? I'm just saying, this is coming from somebody who used to be in a joint spanking my shit. You got to. Them erotic novels are fire, for sure. But I'm not telling you to go do that. But it messes with your psyche, man. It fucks with your confidence. It makes you antisocial because you almost live to watch porn. Like you live, like I've talked to guys and they'll be like, don't want to even a girl to come over because they would rather just watch porn and just jack off, right? And so, and not only do it fuck with your psyche and your confidence, it fuck with your health and your mentality and everything. Like, not that it messes with your health, but a lot of guys, a lot of young guys are suffering from erectile dysfunction, and it's strictly because of porn. They can't even get it up to a real woman. I just had a call with a guy, not a call, on the, what was this, I just uploaded that the last live stream I did, I was kind of roasting a guy about that. This dude, he couldn't get it up. His original question was he couldn't really get it up. He was having an issue. So I'm like, how old are you? He was like, I'm 28. I'm like, you way too young to be having that problem, bro. Like, what's going on? And come to find out, it was the porn. It was the porn. He was spanking his shit 2 times a day. And then it's people like, and I was just amazed at that. I'm like, how do y'all have time to do that? This dude's like, that's rookie numbers. This dude's spanking that shit 5 times a day. I'm like, what? That shit make you tired, lazy, unmotivated and shit. And, you can't even get it up. And a lot of young guys are going through that. A lot of young guys are going through that. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I was, today, before I got ready to do this, I saw an article about P-Hub. Texas passed a law that requires some type of verification so that it doesn't serve porn to teenagers. And instead of getting down with that law, or I'm trying to find a word for it, instead of complying, basically, P-Hub just disabled Texas access to its website. So if you're in Texas right now, you ain't gonna be able to watch P-Hub. And so that's kind of strange to me that instead of complying with that, they would just pull out. There's an article. It just came out literally this morning. I just saw it. I don't want to read it. I'll post that article in I'll put that article in the link. But yeah, that's pornography is the main cause. Now there's other causes too, but I think pornography is leading the forefront.